me.
Yeah, this is the sixth one, number 6, Beethoven's sixth.
Yeah, this is really when people start to hit their stride.
Yeah, this is the real make or break point. So looking more toward break at the moment, I think.
We did have some breaking points today.
Today wasn't a fun playthrough of the game.
No, so today we were getting the air rules sorted out, which actually were fairly simple and intuitive.
Whoa, hang on, whoa, dial it back. We're in go mode. What the hell is this? What is this? You're listening, what is it? What's happening?
This is... Oh no, he's broken. This is War With A Mate, where we're going to be playing SPI's Campaign for North Africa, the longest, most incomplete board game in the world.
Board game written by people who I think fucking hate me personally because the rules have really pissed me off today.
Yeah, not the rules about air stuff for the most part. We were like, these are pretty simple. There's going to be a lot to do in like big air battles, but what you're actually doing is pretty simple. Should we start with well, we've mentioned in the past it comes with addendums printed into the rule books and then addendums on separate sheets of paper. And you've started making your own addendums.
I have. I've got my own little addenda going on. We've created a little. Well, it started as a sticky note, and then it became something much more. It's just a note in a Google Drive, and it's titled "Addenda for Rules That Make Me Want to Fucking Scream." And there's already 3 of them, and we've only read one section of the rules today. Really, we've done ground combat, which is your infantry versus infantry sort of thing. That was horrible. That was worse than war.
I mean, it wasn't great. It was a lot, and again, there was some unclear things in the rules.
Unclear? They just weren't in the fucking rules. Or they were just completely wrong. Just actually wrong. They've put red herrings in their rules, and there's so many rules already. I'm really not happy about that. They just keep on missing stuff out. And they spent 2 years making this game, and they're still missing stuff out. I say still are. This was in 1978, I think, that they finished.
Yeah, they've not continued to miss things out.
Well, they're continuing to upset me. I don't know why
Well, they've sent a thing 50 years into the future to ruin your day.
Yeah, and it worked. Today was the day that they've been waiting for, and it happened. So we did the combat rules, and they've missed stuff out, and made it very unclear. And then when we looked through the addenda, the one that was printed off that we got with the game, turns out there's a whole 3 divisions, which is the sort of biggest category of a group of units. So that's all of your battalions, your tanks, all that sort of stuff. There's 3 of them that are meant to be in the book, and they're just not in the book.
Yeah.
They're just not in there. So
yeah.
they've been printed out separately by whoever made this addenda, our guardian angel. And now I've got 3 more divisions to use for the game. So that's like thousands of troops and loads of tanks. And if we didn't have that sheet of paper, I wouldn't have had that.
No.
How can you miss printing 3 whole divisions into your book about war?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they've done this, because, I mean, the sheer amount...
What do you mean you don't know, Andy? Where's the answers?
The sheer amount of it, there are going to be mistakes in there.
Don't defend them.
That's to be expected. But some of them are just deeply egregious.
They just keep missing such fundamental things for a game. Just rules that need to exist and don't. One of them, it's just simple maths that they've got wrong. And there's a whole section that gives an example of how a combat should work. And we thought we had it figured out. And then it gets to a point where it tells you what the modifier is to the dice roll that you make. And it sort of gives this whole calculation. And then it goes, yeah, so because of this, the modifier is +2.
And then it says, 1 take away this modifier is 0. And it says the modifier is 2.
So I sat there for 10 minutes thinking that I forgot to add 2 to 0 correctly. I was gaslighted by a not even a piece of paper, because it's a PDF that we're using to keep the notebook, the rule book, in pristine condition. So I suppose we can use it at The Hague to bring these people up on war crimes in the future, because it's not funny. It's not. It's ruined my day. Spoiled it for me. So the calculation, it's all there. And it's so matter of fact. It's like, yeah, so this is how you add this thing together, and then this thing goes here, and then this is the result you get. No, it's not. It's wrong. And it's simple maths. Because the thing is, if I'm looking at something and I know what the answer is, I don't then just type a different number. And they haven't figured it out wrong because it's so simple. So why did they put it like that?
It's a typo.
That's not okay. A typo's different if it's like a word and you put, maybe you put DOS instead of do. You've struck a key by accident. You don't.
Yeah, you struck the 2 key instead of the 1 key.
Typos don't apply to numbers.
Okay.
You're not allowed to type numbers incorrectly. It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. So it's intentional.
Well, that's good. Okay.
It's a slight, and it's an intentional one.
It's your rule. Never attribute to stupidity what you can attribute to malice.
Yeah, and these people, they've got malice. It's in their heart. Oh, it's in my heart now. I'm angry at them. And then there was another few instances of the rules being wrong, where there's a key to refer to where it tells you what types of missions the aircraft can go on. And in your book, because we've got a rule book each, one for your man, one for my man. Mine's okay. Mine was printed fine. This time I'm angry on your behalf. So this is because it says, what is it? It's
There's a column with like what they can do and what it's like air combat, yes, no, bombing, yes, no. And then the reconnaissance column also has an F at the start. So there's 2 columns with Fs at the start, neither of which what they stand for begins with F. One of them is correct. The other one stood for reconnaissance.
And they put another F.
Which meant to be an R.
Yeah, for reconnaissance.
Yeah.
That's the letter that the word starts with. And I know you know that, Andy. And I don't want you to feel like this is a personal attack on you. But right now, it's me and you in the room. And I've got to take it out on someone. So, you've picked a bad day to be playing this game with me.
Came across these rules. We're not playing the game yet. We're getting the rules down.
We're playing it. We're playing little bits of it.
Initially, we were like, oh, we'll probably like get tired or start to like wane after like 5 to 10 turns, say. We haven't actually started yet. And you seem pretty angry.
Well, like you say, there's a very big difference between waning and getting tired. I'm fired up. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for this. And again, I'm taking it out on you. You're going to be the opposing side. You know what?
You see, I like this. This is going to lead to rash decisions on your part.
Yeah, it is, but it's going to be something like throwing the game in the bin. It's not going to be anything productive in the game. You can't use this.
Yeah, you'll charge some stuff forwards angrily. It'll get mopped up. Then you'll throw the game in the bin and have to buy me dinner.
That's not the rule.
If you throw the board game away, you lost.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You can't measure that. It doesn't say anything about that in the rules. There's not even a half-written bad rule about how if you throw the game in the bin, then you lose. Except instead of that, they say if you throw the game in the bug, I don't know, some of the typo. It's not really a typo if it's a completely different word. At that point, you've just thought of something else while you were typing. Do you have that at work, by the way, where you like send an email and you have to read it like 5 times over just in case you've put like, big donkey willy?
I mean, it's very rarely putting that in, but I will just add words if someone's talking nearby. I'll just start like typing what they're saying, not what I mean to.
Just writing out a transcript of conversations in the office.
Yeah.
You're just like a text to a speech to text generator.
Yeah.
You just transform into one of those. I've got this thing where I'll be typing emails at work and everything will be fine, and then I'll get to a certain point where I'm like, oh, have I just typed something into a professional email where I've just insulted them and their family? And I look back over and I'm like, no, why would I do that? Why would I have done that subconsciously? And I just have to check it like 5 times to make sure I definitely haven't, and then I can send it. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens at least once a week. I have that moment where I'm like, I haven't typed something crazy in this email, have I?
So maybe give the guys who wrote several hundred pages of rules for a game a break?
No, I don't think that's the rational takeaway from this.
Okay.
Because the thing is, every time I look back over it, turns out I hadn't done that. That was just some sort of delirium
I'd
after
love
sending
to
so
see the
many
stats
emails.
on how many wild things got through.
Yeah.
Because you think you caught them all, but the thing is you didn't catch the things that went out.
I feel like sending something like that, you'd get a reply pretty sharp, and it would be pretty angry.
Maybe. Or maybe they just vent on a podcast.
Maybe. I'm the recipient of something nasty.
Yeah, somewhere out there there's a podcast complaining about you.
You know what?
And it's not just my half of this one.
You know what? I'd take responsibility for that as well. They can lock me up and throw away the key, sending that email if it exists. But innocent until proven guilty. And right now, they're guilty. They're guilty of a number of things.
So they've been proven guilty, have they?
Yeah, they have.
Because I've judge, jury, and execution.
I'll be fucking executioner. I can tell you that for free. This is a badly done game, and it goes on forever. And we've decided to do it. I have to keep on catching myself when I'm talking to people about it, when I'm like, yeah, it's going to be long, but it's got to be done. It doesn't. We didn't need to do this.
You initiated this.
Yeah, no. That's part of the anger.
Yeah, because this is all your fault.
Yeah, this was my idea.
Yeah.
You seem to be enjoying it quite a bit now.
Yeah, I actually am.
Why?
I've come into this with a good attitude.
Well, yeah, you've been really upbeat all day. And I've got to be honest, it's kind of annoying me.
Because things have started to click.
Yeah, I know.
And the rules, apart from typos and obvious errors, they are actually fairly clear. To the point where we're now starting to be like, that seems wrong. Go to the addendum. So it's like, yeah, we're getting there.
You know what? I wouldn't be as angry about the rules if I didn't. I've started to understand the game now. Now I know what I need to be angry about. Now I know when I come across a typo, this could have massive ramifications on a game we're going to be playing for years. So if there's something written wrong, this will have an impact on my life. It's going to have an actual material damaging influence on my psyche.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be bad if we get 60-odd turns and 4 years in, and we've done everything wrong. Because then we have to start again.
No,
Yes.
we power through.
We said we were doing a playthrough of the game. If everything's wrong, it doesn't count.
No, now you sound like them. You sound like the game designers. One thing I will give them credit for, there was
one thing.
One thing that they did. There was a little oasis amongst the deserts of my mind today, which was when we were reading through the rules. It was all about the raids on Rommel. Rommel being the desert fox. He was the German sort of field commander sort of rank. I'm not entirely sure. General, yeah. His actual rank I'm not sure on.
General, I think.
He was one of the bad guys. I don't think we don't need to give too much credence to what his actual job was. But what he does have in the game, you get a little piece to be him, and he sort of bounces around the map, and you can do a bit of a cat and mouse thing where you chase him down if you're Andy's team, the Commonwealth. And if Andy wants to try and capture the Desert Fox, General Rommel, then there's a sort of table you roll on. And there was an interesting rule about how you get an additional plus to whatever result you roll. And it involves genealogy.
Oh, yes. I've got some genealogical work to do.
Because it turns out if the player on the Commonwealth team is related to... it's a handful of sort of actors from the 50s and 60s, I think.
Yeah, we got Alistair MacLean, Richard Burton, and two other guys.
It's such a short bullet point, we haven't made note of it.
Yeah, then you get a +1 to find Rommel. But I have to be related to these people.
And Andy's going to have to give me some actual proof. He's going to have to go down the whole, 23andMe to figure this out. I'm going to need some paperwork if he wants to have that additional plus. Otherwise, he's not getting it.
I mean, I'm not. There is one guy who lived in a town I have some family living in. So the only way I get this +1 that I can see is discovering decades-old infidelity about the lineage of my father.
But that's the thing, because this...
which isn't happening.
Because this guy, he was American, so you're going to have to hope that in the, this was an actor in the 60s, so you're looking at 2 generations or so. So we're not talking about somebody who's sort of ancient. You're looking at somebody that your dad probably knew, like an uncle.
Maybe if there is any relation.
Yeah, did your dad used to go to many film premieres with an uncle who was a massively successful actor in the 60s? Did he mention that at any point, or
No,
bring
not
that
yet.
up often? Next time you see your dad, sit down with him for dinner. Just be like, by the way, are you related to Richard Burton? By the way,
Yes.
is he your uncle?
It would be fun to expand my family based on this game.
I mean, you're not expanding your family. They've
No, the
always
family
been
is
there.
this. I was discovering more about my family.
Yeah, this is what I mean about you being really positive and it being annoying. Because you got that, and whereas on my part of the rules, it says if the Axis Force player is related to, it gave a couple of examples as well.
You get some German director.
Yeah, well, all of them, it turns out, are individuals who've acted in or wrote films or books about some aspect of the war, or some of them even served during the war. And then it mentions two other names. One of them was James Mason, the actor. It says if the Axis Force player is close friends with James Mason, that's nice. And I'm like, right, okay, you can't be giving this benefit to the other guy, and then you're just mocking me after I've already read through your dogshit rules, and now you're just mocking me to, I would say to my face, you're doing it through the medium of a rulebook. So it's pretty outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's it's a nice little bit of fun in the rules.
For who? For you?
Yeah.
Not for me.
I mean, it's not going to be relevant, is it?
I find it really difficult to be so so openly frustrated and act like I've got any weight to it when I'm wearing this t-shirt, which is I've currently got a t-shirt on that says it's a picture of a skeleton, and the caption is begging for a pegging. So I don't really feel like I've got any real emotional weight behind my words, because all it takes is one glance. I wore this when I went to the shop earlier.
I mean,
and I was
wild move.
wondering why the woman behind the counter was giving me sort of a
What do you mean wondering
bit of
why?
bit of a sort of a bit of a grimace. Grimace Shaker's back at McDonald's, by the way. Oh, you tried it? Oh, when?
A week and a bit ago.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
It was. I just threw half of it out.
I was wondering why your kitchen stinks of blueberries.
Stinks of grimace.
smells like Grimace has come in here. He's slept on the couch. He's made himself a meal, and he's not cleaned up after himself.
No, he's really grimaced the place up.
Grimaced all over the walls. So the Grimace Shake. But yeah, she had a sort of a wry smile on her face when I came up to the counter, because she probably thought I was wearing this as some sort of, maybe an invitation to peg me. No, that's not what I was doing. I was buying a big bag of crisps, because that shop is very, very good for their crisps. Massive bag of cheese and onion crisps. Bit of an off-brand, but, you can eat them.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, they're good. I'd recommend
Brought
them.
them back by popular demand.
Yeah, I'd recommend them. It's I might just
Don't dox me.
Yeah, I might just dox you for all this happiness. Yeah, no, I'll not do that. But if you keep it up, I will. So just I suppose bear that in mind.
Okay, so that's got to be kept in mind.
One thing you have been dangling over my head all day.
Yes,
you keep on saying that you've thought of a question for me. It's gonna send shivers down my spine. And you've mentioned it.
Shivers down mine.
Right, okay.
Because we're playing the game starts next Friday. We're putting the map, next session.
Well, we keep saying that, and then we keep on doing mini scenarios. We don't have
anything to mini scenario left.
We keep thinking that. We keep on pushing it back, and then we are trying to play a scenario of 6 turns soon. Yeah. So that should be happening in the next session or two.
So this is something you've got to consider for next session.
Right.
If you win initiative for the first turn, do you know what you're doing?
That's a much more simple question than I thought it was going to be, but you have really fucked with my head now. Because if I win initiative, because the good thing is, so initiative determines who goes first. So you roll a die each, and the higher result wins. You get some sort of modifiers as well. They're all in Andy's favour for the first half of the game. And the good thing is, with initiative, the person who wins initiative picks who goes first. So
for the first turn, the person who wins initiative is going second.
Yes, because they're then going to just turn to the other person and wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I was going through, like, the book, and then I just was like, what will you do? Like, I don't have a strategy in mind yet. I don't have, like, I'm going for this town or this town. I don't know what.
Well, we had a bit of that, to be fair, when we had the guys from the Echoes of War channel on the third episode.
Yeah.
And we got on the call with them. Very generous for them to give some time and some very, very good information and some of their expertise. And we got them on the call. And then I was just like, right, okay, so let's start this off. I was like, right, how do I start this off? How do I open up this conversation? I know they've got a lot of knowledge and information.
How do we get it?
How do we draw it out? How do we siphon it out in a way that makes sense and is meaningful? And it's going to be the same with this, where I've read the rules, we've played the scenarios, and then we go to do it. It's one thing to know the rules. I don't know how to play the game well. I'm not even sure I know how to play the game properly anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, half the rules we've read are probably fucking wrong anyway.
But yeah.
I'm so angry!
That just really hit me with, I'm going to need to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's the whole game. We need to know what we're doing the whole time, and we just don't.
No.
It doesn't even feel like it's close. Like, we're making a lot of progress, but I still can't say definitively that I know what's going on.
No. I'm
Trucks are
hoping
important.
things will start to click once there's actually a board and things moving around and stuff. But yes, this is a game about trucking with a war attached to it. Which is why my plan of fuck the trucks is feeling more and more correct.
Fuck the trucks is definitely the way to go. And now that we know a bit about the air rules, to be fair, we've played through like a little bombing run turn. I think me focusing my bombers on your trucks is probably the way to go.
And I'll be focusing mine on your... Things won't be moving. There'll just be a lot of trashed trucks.
But the rules say not to do that, don't they? There's that little snarky addenda rule where it says, don't leave all of the destroyed vehicle markers all over the game map. It's like, really, that's what you're concerned about? Because we're going to get confused because the map's messy.
I mean, yes.
We're not going to get confused because of that.
No. What you're thinking is we're going to get confused by other things.
Yes.
What's going to happen is we're going to be confused by other things. And the map.
No, because the thing is, with the destroyed trucks and all the destroyed vehicle markers, they're actual physical, tangible things I can put on a playmat. And playmat's probably not the way to describe this. The game mat. Game map?
It's a map.
It's a map. I keep on saying mat, yeah. I want a playmat. I want one of those ones, where it's sort of like a top-down view of a city. It's like a carpet.
Yeah, the map we have has that.
Yeah, but I want it to be like sort of soft.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be nicer. We should have played that.
Well, maybe we'll get the map printed up on carpet.
That would be good, actually, because then you can hoover it.
Yeah, that's the one thing missing from the game at the minute.
Yeah, you know what? They just keep on missing stuff out. You can't hoover the board. It'll crinkle it all up.
So many pieces.
I'm going to come armed with not hands-free Dyson. I was going to say a wireless Dyson.
Put a Roomba down.
Yeah, hands-free Dyson is a Roomba. Yeah, the special move for this game is you put a Roomba down, it sucks up all the pieces, and then the other player cries. And I've already said I'm willing to put this game in the bin, so a Roomba, that's just the next step. That way, at least I'm implementing a bit of technology. Modern warfare.
Yeah, modern warfare.
Yeah.
Something that on the game map is 60 kilometers across or something.
Yeah, who knows what's out there in space. Maybe it's a big old Roomba, maybe that's what they're going to send to get us.
Clean the earth.
When they come, yeah, cleanse us. Suck us all up. And, ooh. Oh, maybe. Nice aliens.
Peggy.
Yeah. Peggy 18. I can't get that out of my head now. As soon as I got this peg, it was a gift, by the way. I didn't buy a begging for a pegging t-shirt. But as soon as I got it, I've just got the Peggy 18 sort of soundbite stuck in my head.
I mean, it's kind of related.
Yeah, I mean, there's a word that sounds similar. It's not really an excuse. Oh, Andy, what are we doing? Why did we do this? The game's really worn me down today because I've started to realise that it's annoying. It's not just long, it's the stuff that's wrong.
Yeah.
We're going to have to refer to so many addenda sheets. The one printed in there.
Yeah.
Then we've got the one that came with the game, separate print. Now we're making a record of all the ones that are wrong as well.
Our own addenda sheet.
That one I feel like will stick a bit more though, because it has really irked me, so I feel like that will really dig its heels into my psyche.
Yeah, and then when we finish, we can release our own addendum.
No one gets that.
Oh, okay.
This is for us. No one else deserves it. If they want to know what's wrong with the game, they can get the game and they can find out for themselves. That's on them.
So, okay. So, we've been helped by 2 iterations of playtesters making addendum, but we won't be helping anyone else.
That's right.
Yeah.
This game is a crucible. The fires have heated us up. We are, slowly but surely, going to go from coal to diamonds. But right now, we're very much still cool. When someone else...
certainly salt.
Ooh. Spoken like a true adversary. Didn't realise you were such a wordsmith. Maybe you should have wrote the fucking rules.
Yeah, that's what we write our own addenda.
You know, I would trust you more, man. I trust that you wouldn't make such a cock and ball of this rulebook. You know, to be fair, what I will say,
if we made a game of any complexity, it would have more mistakes in it. Like our version of Monopoly, there'd be no rules about the chance cards because we just forget.
The thing is, you don't play Monopoly, so you don't.
No, because it's awful.
Monopoly is the quintessential family game night game.
Yes. And the quintessential view of a family game night is everyone getting in fights and falling out because they're playing the worst game ever made.
No, they're not. They're not playing SPI's The Campaign for North Africa. The worst game ever made. The longest game ever made.
Yeah, longest. It's not the worst.
We don't know that yet. No one knows that yet. No one's finished the game.
Yeah,
that's not a good sign.
Keep a positive attitude.
You get all these people, and you're definitely one of them, where they'll go, "Oh, Monopoly takes so long." Oh,
that's not my issue with Monopoly.
Yeah, your issue is that you get to a certain point and then you know who's going to win.
Yes, and then it takes like 7-8 hours.
This game's rigged because you're the side that won, and it takes more than 7 or 8 hours, friend.
Yes, but it's not rigged that way.
Yes, sorry, yeah, you're right. It's rigged way worse. It's not just roll a die and, oh, where have I ended up? Oh, it's Barney's Bowl-O-Rama. Oh, it's the Sleep Easy Motel. I'm going to buy these. You look confused. It's Simpsons Monopoly I used to play. So I only really know Monopoly in the context of Simpsons. So, yeah, you land wherever you land, you buy it up, it's complete chance, and then, yes, there is a bit of a foregone conclusion after a while. This is rigged from the start. The rulebook that we have, which is already rigged in your favour, didn't include 3 of my divisions from the start. I've got thousands fewer men than I'm meant to have. Thankfully, we've got the addenda, but that wouldn't have been in there.
They've shown up, swung things back.
It's like not only are the designers trying to keep everything true to history where my side loses, my side in the game.
Again, we don't know this,
clear.
You're just assuming this because you're in a bad mood.
So it's rigged that way. And then the universe seems to have sort of warped everything round in such a way that I'm at another disadvantage where they've forgot to put my divisions in there.
You've got them, though.
I've got them now.
So what's the complaint about?
Because I don't know what else is missing.
Probably not divisions.
You don't know. You don't know exactly what's missing, but I bet divisions. I bet it's divisions.
Yeah, if we come across that, we'll make one up.
We're not doing that. Actually,
we'll balance this game on the fly.
Actually, that's fine. I'll make some up. Yeah, you can trust me with that. You're not allowed to look at my divisions, so yeah. Don't worry about that. It will be fair and just and reasonable.
I'm sure it will.
It will. It will. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
What I'll be doing is normal. So the...
But you'll have, unlike Monopoly, you have decisions to make even if you're losing.
I mean, you do in...
Thousands and thousands of decisions.
You do in Monopoly as well.
No, you don't. You roll some dice and land somewhere and a thing happens to you.
Well, you've got decisions in Monopoly. You've got the decision to try and beg and reason with the other players and go, well, can I have half-price rent this week? And then I'll roll back round and, oh, no. You know what I've just done there? I've just referred to a turn as a week.
Yeah.
Because that's how the game works. Because every turn
is a week.
Every turn is a week in the context of the game.
And months in the context of our lives.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't like that at all. I've been sat looking at the screen all day. I'm so tired as well. And I've just been sat here staring at pages and pages of rules. And then occasionally got to roll some dice to test out whether or not I can shoot your bombers out the sky. Oh, no. This is what it's going to be like, isn't it?
I mean, yes, it's going to be making decisions and rolling dice.
You know what? I'm excited for when you feel like this.
Well, I'm hoping when I do, you flip. Because what we can't have is both of us on a downward accelerating spiral. Because then we won't finish it.
We're finishing the game. That's the tagline. We're finishing the game.
Okay.
We'll just have to pull that inspiration out from the deserts of our minds.
Really pushing that still as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I like it. Said it once and I love it. Beautiful phrase. Poetry.
Weird catchphrase.
No, my catchphrase is Peggy 18.
You're going to have to pay them for that.
Yeah. We're allowed to say that, surely. By the way, if there's just a strange bleeping sound every now and then when I refer to a catchphrase, it's because we found out we're not allowed to say that. Might get that for the begging for a pegging. Maybe that's a catchphrase as well.
That could be your catchphrase. I don't want that to be applied to the podcast as a whole.
It's not really a catchphrase, is it? It's just an advertisement.
It's a rude request.
It's not a request. It's a description of, how I am as a man. It's just my aura, my vibe.
Just a guy who wants to be penetrated.
Just a guy wanting to take something in and really have it. I want to hold space with it. That's a
You're
Wicked reference.
Certainly using that wrong.
It's a Wicked reference. The film.
Did you know people are holding space in their ass? Oh my god, really? I didn't know that.
Wow. Well, I've seen posts online. Where? Several websites.
Wicked.com.
Oh, that was such a bad mess up. Can't believe they did that. I think someone's trying to sue them for that,
What?
The Wicked.com thing.
Well, how would you sue? It's just a website.
Well, for anyone that doesn't know, the Wicked film, Wicked Part 1, I don't think it's called Part 1, but it's the first of two parts. And they released sort of action figures or dolls, or I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what the definition of each is, but it's figures from the film. The Ariana Grande is in it. I can't remember the name of the actress who plays Wicked. No, she's called Elphaba, I think, is the witch. I think the witch is called Elphaba. Elphaba?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter, I guess.
You're looking at me like I know.
The green one.
Yeah.
And they released these action figures, these toys, and on the back there was a website address, and it was wicked.com, which it turns out isn't a link to the Wicked film website. It is a pornographic website. So, yeah, you can imagine. I mean, first and foremost, to be fair, as a kid, I guess it wasn't really that much of a thing when we were kids, but do you ever really buy stuff and then look at the back of the packaging and go, oh, there's a website on this packaging, let's go there, let's have a look at that? I think the last time I would have done that would be something like Bin Weevils.
Bin Weevils.
Yeah.
What are Bin Weevils?
You don't know Bin Weevils?
Yeah. Also, I guess before we get into Bin Weevils, no, I don't look at websites of toy packaging. What are Bin Weevils?
Bin Weevils was I would probably describe it as an online movement, a phenomena. Bit like, you know RuneScape? You play a lot of RuneScape.
Yes.
Yes, a bit like RuneScape.
Don't tell people.
You look worried like I'm about to give away your username.
See, that's why I think we can do this game as well. I've got 99 in several RuneScapes, which probably takes longer than completing this game.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Maxing out a RuneScape account will take longer than finishing this.
9 years.
Well, that's because we're doing it intermittently.
That's because we're doing it poorly.
Yes.
So it was like RuneScape. It was a massive online multiplayer game. Why are you asking me for a definition and then you're clearly going to try and Google it?
Fine.
No, get it up.
No, tell me your version.
Get it up. The the artwork left something to be desired, but the game itself, the mini games, the lore, the community that it fostered, it was beautiful, beautiful. Every kid's dream. It was what Club Penguin always wanted to be.
I've never heard of this.
You never heard of Bin Weevils?
No. I just never came across it.
Scrolling through Bin Weevils.
Yeah, I'm going to close that. Get into Bin Weevil lore.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I was looking into it a little while ago. Just the background, the fall. It's like the fall of...
The fall of what?
Fall of Troy.
Oh, it's a historical.
It's well, no, I'm saying it is historical. Like, it means a lot to a lot of people.
I don't even think it means anything to you.
Anyone listening? We'll drop in the email address. Fire over your favorite Bin Weevil lore. Let us know what you think about Bin Weevils.
Why are we asking for that?
I just want to know if anyone else played Bin Weevils. Or alternatively, I will also accept any information or anecdotes you have about Toontown, because that was another great one. So Toontown or Bin Weevils, I'm fine with either.
So we're old shitty RPGs or MMOs or whatever.
I suppose them as well, but mostly Bin Weevils or Toontown.
Okay.
But I think we while we have made solid progress, all I found is that this game is not it's not really tickling my pickle in the sense of it's written in such a way that makes any sense, because they've missed too much stuff off for me to forgive it.
Not too much stuff off.
3 divisions. They didn't miss any of your divisions.
You're really stuck on that, aren't you?
Yes, it's a massive part of the game. I'm really stuck on it. That's completely fair. I can't believe that you're not stuck on it.
Well, it's not really affected me.
Yeah, you don't know that yet, though. You might be missing a bunch of divisions as well.
Better not be.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Start thinking about it.
Oh no.
We are what's the email address again? You know this one.
info@warwithamate.co.uk.
info@warwithamate.co.uk is the email address. Sorry, I couldn't see it through all this red that I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing right now. Bunch of red. Seeing it, feeling it, soiled it.
I'm gonna need you to get yourself back in line.
You know what? I'm really tired, and I've been reading through these rules and trying to play this game all day, and it keeps on spitting out errors at me. I'm allowed to have one. This is my one.
Okay,
until
this is
next
your
week.
Freak out session.
You know, this is me coming to terms with what this actually is.
Which is, again, crazy, because this is your idea.
You haven't come to terms with it yet, by the way.
Yes, I have.
You're in this fantasy mindset that I was when I thought up this idea.
No, I'm not. I've read the rules.
You're not really processing this correctly.
I'm not in denial.
That's right, yeah. Denial is a little bit further off the map.
It's on the map.
We're too... Is it?
Yes.
Is it really?
There are specific rules for crossing the Nile.
Of course there are. Oh, that's right, yes.
You drown.
You drown. I remember that now, actually, come to think of it. Yeah. Yeah, it turns out you can't just send that many men over. But at the very least, what I will say is this has at least unified our efforts to play the game. We're actually focused on the game itself and not just the experience around the game. Now, it's about picking apart the rules, and it's about playing the game. We're getting there. We're nearly at the playtest. We're nearly at the 6-turn practice.
Next episode, we will have started.
We will, and
maybe if that's just putting the pieces down on the map.
We've got nothing left to playtest.
No.
Everything else we just need to do through the actual dry run of those 6 turns.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that next. We're going to be trying to... Andy's going to give me a massage now, and we're going to relax a little bit.
No.
We're going to... Well, I don't know. Maybe it will fire me up a bit more. I don't know what kind of massages you give.
No, it's not the effect of the massage I'm arguing with. It's the massage.
Right. Okay. I don't know. What else are you going to do for me then?
Kick you out of my house.
Right. That's not going to put me in a better mood. So.
But you won't be here.
That's true. But
you can get angry on the streets. You look to get pegged.
Doesn't mean you're getting doxxed next episode. So.
One of the only rules of the podcast when we decided to do it was don't dox me.
No,
also, we have to finish a board game.
I think it was don't dox me and we have to finish a board game. We didn't say anything about doxing you.
That's on me, I guess. So yeah, come to my house.
Yeah, everyone, I'll drop Andy's address in the next episode. Everyone's welcome. If the door's locked, presume that was an accident. Break a window, climb in through there.
I don't like this joke. I'd like to backtrack this.
No. We will be keeping this as an ongoing joke until I eventually snap and decide to dox you.
Then I'm going to put your address on the website.
Oh no, because you're in charge of the website.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing with that, I
Checks
don't.
and balances. We've set it up in such a way.
Yeah, but I'm the one editing the episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it into episode 1 and release it then with your address as the title of the episode.
Yeah, I can't really do much about that.
Yeah. Well, we'll call it a stalemate. I suppose we'll leave it there. Me and Andy are going to reconvene and see if we can figure out some sort of rule about this whole doxing thing, and maybe whether or not we should play the game or bin it. Probably.
Well, how
play the
about
game.
this to increase the stakes?
Right.
The loser has to buy the other player a dinner and have their home address revealed on. Now it's high stakes.
It is. I don't like that at all. That's a horrible game. Maybe instead we just we stick with the dinner thing.
And dox the dinner and people can come. And the
No.
loser has to buy dinner for
No.
everyone who comes.
No, because it's rigged for me to lose. And I don't want to buy 4 people dinner.
It's a new fan every 3 years.
Yeah, and some of them drop off occasionally. Well, this has been War with a Mate, and it's really starting to.
I am concerned by your mental state because we haven't started yet.
We've kind of started. What I'm doing is I'm preparing myself
You
so
keep
that
saying that we haven't started.
when we go into it, I'm going to have already had this moment where I've reconciled what it is that's going on. You're going to have that in the heat of battle, and it's going to destroy you.
No, I think I'm going to have a serene, calm that'll lead me to victory.
I'm not going to be happy if that's the case.
It's going to frustrate the shit out of you.
You are a very calm man, so that's likely, and it's really worrying. So I'm gonna head off now. Me and Andy, we're gonna figure out whether it's a massage or just like a head tickle or something. And we'll catch up with you all next time when we've played the game properly. We've started it, and we probably have a nicer time. Maybe
all
we
the
just
mental decline accelerates further.
Maybe we just need a bit of sleep. Maybe that's what it is. So remember, everybody, get plenty of sleep. Don't drink any caffeine for 10 hours before bedtime. Don't drink any alcohol for 3 hours before bedtime. Don't use your screen for 2 hours before bedtime. And sleep in 90-minute cycles. That's how you get the best REM. And with that...
So you're spending hours of preparation for 90 minutes of sleep?
No, 90-minute cycles. So you sleep in 90-minute... It needs to be an increment of 90 minutes that you sleep for.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So 6 hours or 7.5 hours, that's fine.
Okay.
If you sleep for 8 hours on the dot, that's bad.
That's really bad, is it?
You wake up out of REM sleep, and it really throws you out of whack. So yeah. So that's my advice to all of you. That, and don't start playing this game. Don't look for it. Don't try and get a hold of it. Just, if you want to think about it, listen to this. This is your catharsis in the deserts of our mind.
All right, bye.
Farewell. Andy lives that.
No.